Welcome to Breaking Solo, how solopreneurs break barriers, build brands, and embrace the future of business.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Breaking Solo. I'm really excited today. My guest is Reena Duell, and she is going to talk about her journey into solopreneurship, but then how she has left solopreneurship and is supporting solopreneurs. So thank you for being with us, Reena. Please tell the audience who you are and what you do.
Donna, thanks for having me. Like you said, I'm Reena Duell. I am a business coach that works with solopreneurs. I lived that journey for over 25 years. And while the business I was in, I knew I needed to move on for my own well-being, but I knew I also wanted to help others with that same experience that I had. And that was really crucial for me.
Awesome. Okay, so tell us, how did you actually get started in your solopreneur journey?
I started my business in my early 20s. I was working 3 jobs. I had a small, baby at home, and I was looking for flexibility. I was looking to be with my child more. I was just trying to figure out a better way and kind of fell into it, honestly. My business was kind of in that events entertainment space. And so honestly, I kind of fell into it and I did well. And I thought, okay, I can work from home a lot when I'm not traveling or whatnot. So it did offer me that chance to be home a bit more. And yeah, so I did that for like 25 years.
Well,
Like I said, I started in my early 20s. I had no business experience. And so I ran myself ragged. Like I said, I was used to working those 3 jobs. And I kind of, in that one sense, was like, I'm not working 3 jobs, but I kind of almost was. I was just doing it from home. And I felt like, well, that means it's better because I'm here and felt like I had that flexibility, but the effort was still always going, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened that made you change course?
I was going like that for so long when, I'd get up, I'd work, I'd get the kids up and gone and then go to work. And then the kids would come home, do family stuff for a while. Kids would go to bed. I'd go back to work, right? Like always working. And when I wasn't with the kids. And so after a while, it really took a toll on my health and I started having a lot of health issues and I didn't see the connection for so long. Like
Yeah, we never do.
hair, no, we don't. No, my hair was falling out. I was gaining weight. I started getting like all these mysterious symptoms. I was getting tested for a bunch of things. I got something called anxiety gagging. And it was pretty miserable. And then I finally with all this stuff happening, I'm like, I think things in my life need to change. And so like in hindsight, I wish I had done a lot different. But when I had that realization that my health is being affected, all this stuff is like, I just stopped critical, like just altogether. I'm like, I really need to take a break. Once I made that connection that this is all because of the toll that I'm carrying in my brain and in my body and, all that stress and everything. So I just stopped and I'm like, I just need to reassess everything right now. So once I started looking at, okay, what do I do going forward? Cause I didn't want to go back into the same place. And I thought I wanted I did want new challenges. I wanted new things, but I wanted to take what I had learned during that period of time of reassessing, going, what did go wrong? And what, just kind of taking time really in that space of everything that went wrong, what could I have done differently? And really doing a lot of work to heal and train myself, just getting that education piece. And so that led me to where I am now, which I'm not a solopreneur anymore. I work on a small team of 5 people at one team partners, a team of coaches and consultants. And for me, it was My specialty is with the solopreneurs. My other team members work with different groups. For me, it was really important to help people who are where I had been and hopefully help them not make the same mistakes or get out, make those changes much sooner. And so they don't have to take the same toll that I did.
Well, that's awesome. You bring something very valuable to the table for them because you've experienced the pain that they're probably experiencing now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And like I said, sometimes it's funny, like it's great hearing you say the word pain, but it's also that part of we don't always realize that we're in pain, right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
we're just focused on everything else and we're not paying attention to that pain or that weight. So many different words that can be used, but it is taking a toll on us. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, was there a moment then when you changed course and stopped being solo? Was there a moment when you realized that you now had traction in your new venture?
I think I'll be honest, I think that's a journey in itself too, like dealing with my own imposter syndrome and stuff like that of being like, okay, I made these mistakes. Who wants to listen to me? Right? Like, but then also getting some of those initial breakthroughs with clients and seeing that like them have their breakthrough moments or their aha moments and being like, okay, I am helping. And that is such a great feeling. And that's what, I mean, it's so easy to get hooked on and keep making progress and diving in more when you're seeing the results, once they start coming in. And then you can get out of your own head too with that imposter syndrome and all that other stuff that
Yeah,
creeps up.
but we all have that. That's
Yep.
just a given. But the fact is, your clients, they come to you for the help because you have experienced what they're going through. And so they don't want to go to somebody that's never had any challenges and that, is sailing through life without any problems. They want somebody that's experienced it and that can help them make the right decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. So, how do you differentiate yourself from your competition?
Gosh, I think differentiation in industry is about being yourself. And I think hopefully, like, I think coaches in general lean into kind of being empathetic and compassionate, but I think it's all the individual mix of hopefully the connection that I can get with like you said, my journey, hopefully that connects with someone. And that is kind of my differentiator, right? Like, and my approach to things.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously my empathy and the support I can bring. I think, and that is something as far as like the support that I bring, I feel like that's where I believe deeply in like resources. And while I'm on a team, my team is resources. Like I said, I try to learn as much as I can and bring everything forward. So the hope, like one of those sides of coaching is sometimes people think it's just a cheerleader. I need more than that, right? Like, but it is really about being able to find the right tool for that right person. Because whether you're dealing with somebody who, whatever their situation is, as a solopreneur, they're working from their kitchen table with kids all around them. Like, what is going to fit their structure and what is going to fit their life? And I think I've got a pretty very rich experience in all these different kind of things. And obviously being someone my age going through menopause and dealing with the ADHD and all those other kind of things thrown in the mix. Like I'm used to being very flexible and kind of keep trying things from different points of view.
Good. I think of coaches as they're in the same category as nurses and teachers. Because of the empathy, because of the care they want to provide to others. So
Yeah.
it's kind of natural for coaches to be in that space.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there for you a tool, an app, a resource that you can't live without in your business?
A tool or an app, I kind of feel like that kind of varies. Every company's different. Like my different clients are all in different industries, so whatever's working. As far as resources, so I believe very strongly as a solopreneur to intentionalize creating your own resources. And one of the most important ones, I think, as a solopreneur is you have to build a team, understanding it might not be in your company, right? Because you're solo, it's just you, but you really should cultivate, whether it's mentors, whether it's just friendships and things, just to find that thought partnership where whether it's seeking a mastermind group, whether it's, you join a women's group or a networking group, someplace where you can get together and share the struggles, share like the different problems that come up with work, the solutions you're seeking. And even if the people aren't in your same industry, gets the creative juices flowing. And at its core, I think most businesses are dealing with the same things, right? Trying to get sales, trying to market ourselves. But we're also trying to overcome ourselves. So I think at the core, sometimes it's so vital just to get it out and to share and hear other people's approaches for things. And I think that's when our head is down and we're just busy working, we don't get that big picture view of the landscape of our business. And so I think it's really crucial to bring other people into that world. And a lot of times we think that's our partner, that's our spouse, but sometimes, spouses are sharing. Yeah, like you're both sharing at the end of your exhausted days or something like that, but I think it's, if you have set time and set people to share with, I think that's really vital.
I agree. I have some communities that I'm involved with that are very supportive, but then I have 2 other marketers here locally that we meet once a month for lunch and share our struggles, complain about what's not going good and share our wins as well. So yeah, it's helpful to just have somebody to bounce things off of. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, what kind of daily habits or routines help you stay focused and productive?
Routines, I think it feels very small, but I think there's a big impact with startup and shutdown routines. And I think especially with solopreneurs, and especially these days when so many of us are working from home and we need to create that balance of shifting from work mode to home family time mode. Because I think whether if I use like my past experience as an example, I'm with my family all evening, but then I'm going to go back to work at the end of the night. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, don't forget to do this. I have to, email this client. I need to get on top of this. And so it's taking me away from being in the moment with my family. And that spinning in the background is taking energy. So it's not just taking me out of the moment, but it's tiring my body and my mind and everything else, which is going to impact my productivity. And so I think it sounds so simple, but I think it's one of those things that has like a ripple effect and kind of helps you awaken your mind to other productivity kind of hacks. And so I think if you end your day, or maybe it's just you're ending for the time being while you're shifting gears to family and you're coming back, like I think it's really valuable to write down, this is where I am in the middle of things, right? Like, and don't forget this, and this when I come back. Just a simple note to ourselves. So when we come back, we can just pick up right where we were. And then we can literally just set down that mental weight while we shift gears and go be with our families. And then when it's time to come back, I can trust that I put it all down here. I didn't have to forget anything. And I can just be like, this is right where I'm at, and dive right in instead of trying to remember, okay, where was I? What am I forgetting? It's just all right there.
That's a good tip. Nobody has shared that. That's a really good tip, because we do find ourselves in the back of our head going over and over and over what we need to do when we're finished with family.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Tell me, what's one piece of advice you would give someone that's just starting their solopreneur journey?
I would say make connections and those thought partners, like I said earlier, find a community, find a group, find even, for the most introverted of us out there, a person or two that you can kind of create that routine, whether it's weekly, monthly, whatever, but have that kind of outlet and that resource. And I think along those lines, even mentorship, seek people who have been where we've been and, or where we are, and ask advice. And I guess I can keep going and I can keep adding to the list, because asking questions and meeting people and just accumulate all the advice and all the information is endless. Yeah.
Okay, so what's something that you know now that you wished you'd known when you got started?
That success isn't just about working harder and not just about grinding harder. It's about taking those pauses and resting our brain, our systems, instead of just grinding through it endlessly, because that's going to catch up to us.
Yeah, for sure. And our best ideas normally come when we've disconnected and take time to just rest and be with ourselves. So, do you have any exciting projects or launches coming up that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I guess I am leading at our company a community/mastermind group on the platform School, which is SKOOL. Our community there is called Big Talk, and it's hosted by my company, One Team Partners. And it's for business leaders, business owners to get in and share your experiences, your struggles, your wins on a weekly basis. We have a couple meetings. You get to meet and talk to people who are in your shoes, as well as there's typically one or two coaches in the room. We want to, help you be one of those, help be a resource for people, that these groups are out there, and we're available. So we got that going on. That I think it is, let's see, it's $20 a month, which is, I think, very reasonable. But I would love to offer for your audience, if they email school@oneteampartners.com, I would send them a code, get them free access for a week, and get them a coaching session. Let them know that there is resources, that there is help for that very solo journey that they're on.
Nice. So is it ONE team? Or
Yes,
the
all
number
one
one?
word.
Okay,
All one word spelled out. Yes, One Team Partners. Thanks for asking.
awesome. And we'll put that in the show notes, folks, so you can grab it there. All right. Thank you so much, Reena, for being with me today. I've so enjoyed having you here.
Thank you for having me. This was fun. Thank
Good.
you.
So where can people connect with you and learn more about what you do?
On LinkedIn, Rena Duell on LinkedIn. Obviously, we have a website, One Team Partners, again, all one word.com. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, thanks everybody for being with us today. Remember, if you have not liked the podcast or shared a review, please do that now. Go do that now. We're going to hang up. You go do that now. And I want to remind you that we've recently launched a course. It's called Published to Profit course.com. And so if you're ready to write that authority book, that will be where you'd want to go. All right, everybody, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you next time.